Hey everybody, I'm back, and what a crazy few days it's been with all the things about Mike Babcock and all the things about Bill Peters. I'll be making a video about the Peters situation when we know the full outcome of that. We had him release a statement last night, but we don't know if he's fired yet, so when we know the full outcome of that, I'll be making a video about that. But today I'll be talking about another situation that's been widely discussed, and it's the Department of Player Safety and their interesting and inconsistent suspensions. And more specifically, 3 decisions from the past weeks that got a lot of heat. And we'll start off with the most talked about and the worst one in my opinion, and when I say worst one, I mean the call they messed up the most. It's the Robert Bortuzzo cross-check on Viktor Arvidsson. Now here's a clip of the cross-check, and as a result of this, Arvidsson will be out injured for about a month. So what was the punishment for this? A 4-game suspension for injuring a player because Bortuzzo was frustrated with the initial cross-check being a penalty, which it rightfully was. And this was even the reasoning by the Department of Player Safety. They said in their explanation of the suspension that this second cross-check was out of frustration. And what makes this short suspension even worse is that Bortuzzo is a repeat offender. He's been suspended twice before because of cross-checking, and after all of that, injuring Arvidsson, a repeat offender, you give him 4 games? It's ridiculous. What kind of message does this send out to the league and to Bortuzzo? Bortuzzo isn't gonna suffer from this. He's not gonna be out for about a month with an injury. He's gonna be back in the lineup next week and just gonna keep on playing as usual. And he's obviously not learned from his lessons before, and he's got a history of getting away with stick infractions like these. Last season he injured Malkin with a cross-check to his chest, and a couple years ago he buttoned Jamie Benn and got away with it as well. So this is a player that has, like I said, he's a repeat offender. He's elbowed people in the head and got suspended for it. He's cross-checked people and got fined for it. And now this, 4 games, it won't change him, I think. Give him at least 8 or 9 games, or keep him away for as long as Arvidsson is injured. Give him a big fine, make it hurt for him. 4 games is nothing. And when you compare this to what Garnet Hathaway did and his suspension, it's just so weird. And if you miss what Garnet Hathaway did, he spat on Erik Goodbranson after being sucker punched in an altercation with him. Hathaway got a 3-game suspension and a hefty fine for spitting. But 1 less game than Bortuzzo? That's crazy. Is injuring a player 1 game worse than spitting? Now let me make this clear. I think spitting is disgusting, and it should be a long suspension too. But the Department of Player Safety have set this weird standard where injuring players when you repeat offender gives you 4 games. So how do you punish spitting in an adequate way? And I think spitting should be more than 3 games, but if Bortuzzo gets 4 games, you can't justify giving spitting more than 4 games, because what message is that gonna send out? Is spitting worse than injuring players? It's just a whole mess, and it's so inconsistent. And for the last suspension that got me upset, or got me thinking more, was the Erik Cernak 2-game suspension for elbowing Rasmus Dahlin, causing a concussion and keeping him out of the lineup indefinitely. Now 2 games for injuring a player with a high hit, not good enough. The Department of Player Safety claim to protect their players, and if you're giving elbows to the head that cause concussions 2 games, you're sending out messages that contradict that. Now look, if Dahlin didn't get injured, I think 2 or 3 games would be fair. Cernak is a young player and hasn't played a lot of games in the NHL. It's his first suspension, so you can show him that plays like these are unacceptable, and you still need to punish high hits to the head obviously. But when you injure players, it's on a whole different level. But the main problem in this particular case, I think, is the referees. There was no call on this play, none. The refs either didn't see it or they didn't think it warranted a penalty. And I don't know what's worse, because Dahlin has the puck, so you're obviously watching him, but you don't see that high hit, the elbow to the head. It's just such a mess. And when you compare this to Hathaway getting 3 games for spitting and obviously not injuring Goodbranson, it's even worse. And especially when it's the concussion. Head injuries are no joke. I think we all know this, and giving 2 games for concussion is brutal. And again, spitting should be more than 3 games I think, because it's just disgusting and has no place in hockey. But neither does elbows to the head causing concussions, and that's where the problem is. And giving 2 games for a high hit to the head, it's just a slap on the wrist. It's stupid. And I think this whole Department of Player Safety system, it's such a mess, and I truly hope they get their act together and take the criticism they've gotten over the past weeks and years, because this has been going on for years, and suspend players that injure other players for much longer than what they're getting suspended for now. And hopefully harsher suspensions will be a deterrent for dirty players. We'll always have dirty players, but we need to get rid of these high hits to the head. I obviously don't want to ban hitting in hockey. I think it has a place in it, but high hits to the head, elbows to the head, cross-checking people when they're down in the back, that has no place in hockey. And we need to have longer suspensions, heftier fines to really send out that message and punish these players that are dirty. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the Department of Player Safety and their suspensions in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.